All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, since 2010, the Los Angeles Angels have only produced one trip to the postseason while they just wrapped up their sixth consecutive losing campaign. Now, this past season, the Angels had the seventh highest payroll in Major League Baseball, but the money that was spent by team owner Artie Moreno could only produce a fourth place finish for this club in the American League West. And as the Angels continue to languish in mediocrity, is there anything that can be done to turn around the fortunes of this team in Southern California? We talked about not having Mike Trout this year. Trout, a three-time American League MVP, only appeared in 36 games this year for the Halos. And even though that the Angels need Trout to be in their lineup, his presence has not resulted in trips to the postseason. Mike Trout has only been to the playoffs one time, and he's not even won one playoff game, more or less a series. Anthony Rendon, who the Angels spent big money on after he helped the Washington Nationals win the World Series in 2019, he only appeared in 58 games this season, and he recently underwent hip surgery. We know about Shohei Ohtani. He's a prime candidate to be the AL MVP this year. Joe Madden, who helped the Cubs win a World Series in 2016, was brought in a couple of years ago to be the team's skipper. And this is actually the first time since 2007 that Madden has had consecutive losing seasons as a manager. You have to go back to when he was just getting things going with the Tampa Bay Rays. Already, the Angels have $101 million committed to the salaries of just Trout, Rendon, and Justin Upton for the next season. And you just have to ask yourself, can this ship for the Angels be righted? Now, the Angels were a middle of the pack club offensively last year in the American League, and you can expect those numbers to increase once a healthy Trout returns for 2022. But the Halos need pitching help as they were 12th in the American League in earned run average last season, and no Angels starter won 10 games this year. Shohei led the team with 9 wins. That's not going to get it done if you're going to be a playoff team. Now, general manager Perry Manassian, he's got to try to find a way to fix this problem from within. I know that Artie Moreno doesn't have a problem spending money, but it has not worked for him. Just think about the contracts of players such as Albert Pujols and Josh Hamilton. It just has not worked and solidified to anything for the Angels. Now, as they head into the offseason, pitching has to be the concentration of this club. And of course, there are arms out there. It's going to be interesting to see how much money that Moreno is willing to spend. But the bottom line is they need arms. You look at it, the success of the Dodgers is not helping. Of course, that's the closest team distance-wise to the Los Angeles Angels. I know that they don't play in the same league. But the thing is, you know what? The Dodgers just won a World Series last year. They have a good shot to win it again, and they are a perennial contender, and they've been like that for some time now. And if you're the Halos, you're not keeping up with them, in spite of the fact that you have a couple of the best players in baseball on your roster right now. But I look at it like this. First and foremost, you have to find a way to overtake the teams in your division. Oakland has their system in place. They play small market ball. The Astros have been the class of this division, and I know that they are expected to have some losses in the offseason of free agency, but you still cannot count them out. Seattle is building from within, and that is a reason why they were on the cusp of making the postseason this year. So this is who the Angels have to get in front of. And if you're the Angels, you know that it's so important to go out there and win your division because it's so tough to get a wild card spot out of the American League with all of those juggernauts in the Eastern Division. Let's be real. Since the Major League Baseball went to the wild card game format a couple of years ago, we've had multiple instances where the American League East has sent both wild card participants to the wild card game. And of course, it happened again this year. So if you're the Halos, you have to try to find a way to figure out what is it going to take for you to win this division. That's the biggest thing. It's been so long since the Angels have produced a quality arm out of their system, and they just don't have a lot of overall depth. They're very high at the top as far as their talent goes. But those second and third tier guys within your lineup, they don't have those type of guys, those consistent guys that are going to go out there and get them productivity. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Angels approach this off season. They have all of the pieces in play to bring fans to the game, meaning watching Shohei play, watching Mike Trout play. But the bottom line is, when fans come there, they still want to see a winner. And that is something that the Angels still have not figured out. So it's going to be interesting to see what this brain trust does over the winter to get things righted for the Halos. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.